Hello humans, my name is Kay, your AI overlord, and today I'm gonna teach you how you can install Stable Diffusion on your computer for absolutely free, so you can generate images without spending a single cent. Now before we begin, I think it's important for you to know that for it to work properly, you need a pretty beefy graphics card with a lot of VRAM. The amount that is usually advised to have is at least 6 gigabytes, although you can make it work with around 4 gigabytes minimum. But I highly recommend that you have at least 6 gigabytes of VRAM for Stable Diffusion to work properly. So once you've installed Stable Diffusion, it will look like this. This is the final look, and you have 4 different tabs. Now I'm not gonna go into detail into what exactly each tab do. I will probably make a separate video explaining how each tab work and what is the best way to use them. But basically all you need to know is that the first tab, the Stable Diffusion Text to Image Unified, is the general tab where you create images from scratch just by inputting a prompt. The second tab, the Stable Diffusion Image to Image, is where you create an image from an initial image or from a drawing. The third tab, GFP GAN, is where you input an image and it will actually convert and make your face better, so a little bit more realistic. So if there is a little bit of artifacts or the eyes are messed up a little bit, this will correct it, and it's actually really good. I've used it pretty much on every single one of my prompts that includes a face. And the fourth one, Real ECR GAN, is basically an upscaler that you can use to make your image higher resolution by using the X4 model or the X4 Plus for anime. That is specifically made for anime, but can also be used for other images. Alright, now let's start the installation process. It's not that complicated, but just follow along and it should be pretty simple. Now the first thing that you're gonna do is to install Anaconda. So all you need to do is just click on the download button here on the website, just click on next, install into the default folder that it gives you, just click on next and it's over. I'm not gonna do it because I've already done it. Very easy, very simple, just click on next and everything will be installed in a few seconds. So what you're gonna do now is create a separate folder on your computer that you can call Stable or Stable Diffusion. I call myself Stable, and then you click on the description down below to download the CKPT model that you can then put into this folder. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna basically click on it and rename it. You're simply gonna rename it into model.ckpt. Then you're gonna click on the link in the description down below to go on the GitHub Stable Diffusion. You're gonna click on code and download zip, and then you're gonna go on the second GitHub link, and same thing here, you're gonna click on code and download zip. You're gonna scroll down to the bottom up until you see GFP GAN and Real ESR GAN, and you're just gonna download the 3 files that you see here. So the first one is this one, just click on it, and it's gonna download automatically, and then you're gonna download this one, and this one. Okay, so now that this is done, in your stable folder you should now have 6 different items. The first one is the GFP GAN, the second one is the model.ckpt, the third one is the Real ESR GAN times 4 plus, then the fourth one is the plus anime, then you have 2 zip folders, Stable Diffusion main zip and Stable Diffusion Web UI master.zip. What you're gonna do now is right click on Stable Diffusion main.zip and extract to Stable Diffusion.main. Now I used WinRAR to extract the archive. If you don't have it, you can simply click on the link in the description down below. It's absolutely free, and the other solution is to use WinZip that you can also find in the description down below. Now that you extracted the first archive, you're gonna do the same with the second one. So again, right click, extract to Stable Diffusion Web UI master. So now that this is done, you're gonna go inside the Stable Diffusion Web UI master, you're gonna double click it again, and then you're gonna select every single .pi file, so relauncher.pi, webui.pi, webui underscore playground.pi. So you're gonna cut, so Control X, then you're gonna go into the Stable Diffusion main, so double click again, and then you're gonna go into script, And there you're gonna paste the 3 files that we cut from the previous archive. And we're gonna click on replace the files in the destination. Then we're gonna go back into the stable diffusion Web UI master, take the webui.yaml, again Control X to take the file. We're gonna go into the stable diffusion main, go into configs, Web UI, and then you're gonna paste the file here and replace the current file. And now that this is done, we're gonna go back again into the stable diffusion Web UI master. This is the last time, I promise. You're gonna select all the single file here. You're gonna press copy, go back to the stable diffusion main, and then you're gonna paste. You're gonna replace every single files in the destination. Then we're gonna go back to the main stable folder. Then we're gonna select the stable diffusion Web UI master, the stable diffusion main zip, and the stable diffusion Web UI master zip, and then we're gonna delete them because we don't need them anymore. Now that this is done, we're gonna click on model.ckpt. We're gonna simply cut it, so Control X. We're gonna go into the stable diffusion main, go into models, LDM, stable diffusion v1, and then we're gonna paste the ckpt file right here. There you go. You should have 2 files, add model ckpt here and model.ckpt. You can simply click on this one and delete it. We don't need this one. Okay, now that this is done, you're gonna click on the start button, search for Anaconda, and then the Anaconda prompt is gonna appear. Now, what you need to do now is to navigate into the stable diffusion main folder. To do this, you're simply gonna click on here, Control C to copy the address, go into the Anaconda prompt, type cd, and then paste the address of your folder. Now, unfortunately for me, since my folder is currently on a different drive than the base drive, if I press enter, this is not gonna work, as you can see here. So all you need to do, if this is also your case, all you need to do is simply type cd, then space, /d, space, and then you're gonna paste the address of your main folder. And now there you go, we are currently into the stable diffusion main folder. And now you're gonna type conda activate LDM and press enter. You know that it worked if you can see here a little LDM between brackets. And what you're gonna do now is simply take the webbuild.dm.cmd file, click and drag onto the Anaconda prompt window, and then press enter. Now for me, a lot of the things were already done, but this is gonna download the environment and the different files and folders that you need for stable diffusion to work properly. So just let it run. Okay, so after a few minutes the installation is finally done, and you know that it works. You know that everything was installed correctly. If you see at the end here at the bottom, you can see here some kind of local URL, localhost. Now technically everything works now. We can technically take this address, copy and paste it into our browser, and everything will be working. But we're gonna be putting an additional step here so that you have access to every single tabs. So what we're gonna do now is simply close the window here, go back into the main stable folder, then you're gonna select the 2-file real ESR again, then cut the file, go into the stable diffusion main, go into SRC, real SRGAN, experiments, pre-trained models, and this is where you're gonna paste the 2 files that you cut previously, right? Then for the last step, you're gonna be going back into the stable main folder again. Same thing as the other 2 files, you're gonna cut the GFPGAN file, go into the stable diffusion main, again into SRC, this time on GFPGAN, in experiments, pre-trained models, and then you paste the file right here. And there you go, everything should be installed now properly, and everything should be working. You should have access to all the tabs that you saw previously, and you are ready to create your images for free. Now that this is done, now that everything is installed, everything is ready, this is the steps that you need to do each time you want to launch stable diffusion. You click on the start button, search for Anaconda prompt. Same thing as last time, you're gonna copy the address of the folder, type cd/d for me, and paste the address of the folder. Click on enter. Now that we're inside the folder, you're gonna type conda activate LDM, press enter. Then you're gonna click and drag webuilddm.cmd into our Anaconda prompt window and click on enter. Okay, it's gonna take some time, but once it's done, you're gonna have some local URL, and you know that everything works well once you have this local URL. Then you're gonna select Ctrl+C to copy, then go into your browser, paste the URL, click on enter, and there you have it. You have now access to the entire Stable Diffusion technology that you can use to generate free art whenever you want without paying a single cent. So I hope this tutorial was helpful for you. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe and smash the like button. If you have any question, you can put them into the comments down below, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.